Hey everybody, just give me a quick moment of your time as I got to talk about something super important for you all. Before we begin tonight, don't forget to check out our sponsors at Homie and the Dude as they promote their Kickstarter project, The Wandering Tavern, a Studio Ghibli inspired floating system agnostic TTRPG setting with optional D&D 5e stats. Now, if you've heard our before announcement about this, you know that it's packed full of plot hooks, mysteries, threats, and everything you need for a campaign. However, if you have an established world setting, the Wandering Tavern is a perfect, unique pit stop for your players to encounter, where they can delve into a different style adventure, or if you're already running something Studio Ghibli inspired, it can fit perfectly right in. Now, they have this immense soaring city with battle maps that detail its every nook and cranny. You get to know all of the unique patrons and staff, so you don't have to create anything unless you want to. Who knows, maybe your players are the ones that ask every single character they encounter or see on the streets their name and their whole life story. I've been there. Now, they get to untangle dark mysteries if they choose to. They get to find remarkable magical items that Homie and the Dude have created for you. Twisted spirits that have this whole involvement in everything. And they get to explore airship travel on these brand new pieces of machinery called Zephyrs. Now, you get 51 parts and stations to customize with 5Es, stat blocks, and it just makes your journey a super easy breeze. However, if you back early, you receive a free subscription to their shipbuilder webpage application. This builder shows users how to create their dream airships, where you can mix and match over 200 parts and stations, with even more on the way for just truly endless combinations. And once you're done, it then provides a fully custom airship D&D 5e compatible stat block, which is just crazy helpful. Now, I talked a little bit about how we got to see some of the details, and I just want to go over that with you guys because it's awesome. They got a real chef in there creating real recipes for you and your players to enjoy or just talk about in your game. Your mouth will start to water though, so I just highly recommend you make them because they got some top-notch stuff in there. The shipbuilder is incredibly hardcore with so many choices and details. I'm sure any sadistic DMs like myself out there could come up with some sick airship battles. Now, the battle maps are fully extensive, covering all layers of the tavern. There's 14 of them, by the way. And they have incredible backstories that you don't always get that kind of flavor text to help you as a DM if you're running a pre-written module or even your own stuff. We make up so much stuff on the fly. I know I'm certainly one of those. Now, for other things that your players can interact with, they have these things called ghost wards. They have fake illicit substances and so much more, and it just really nails the Studio Ghibli vibes down pat. So we're certainly big supporters of the project. We hope that you will check it out and follow our custom link in the description to show your support. We'll see you in the skies. And a special thank you to Homie and the Dude for sponsoring us, and enjoy this week's episode of the Madness Table. Last time, we've gone through a series of incredibly unfortunate events. It all started with calling somebody a bitch. Who's that someone? Delkfir, the ghost dragon. Well, who said that? Sephel did. If we're going to point fingers, it's Sephel.
No, there wasn't any name on the timestamp. Can't be confirmed. Everybody was saying things.
Okay. All right. Well, you, the listener, go back and decide whose fault it is.
I think it was Jimmy. I think he came back.
Absolutely, it was me. So after Jimmy was done insulting Delkfir, Delkfir just decided to try and murk the party, to which Scylla and Vasana have escaped. Vlad is off to the northern parts of the river to potentially draw in the River King, as that seemed to be the plan between Vasana, Scylla, Vlad on the outskirts of this isle where Delkfir has essentially put into the ground Sephel and Artomis. We have one failed death saving throw from Sephel. Sorry, factory reset. That's the Terry part of me.
It's tearing you apart to think of Sephel finally dying.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's horrifying. Artomis has just been put down, so no saves yet. And the last we had heard from the efforts of our friends in the water was that splashes could be heard coming from the rivers that connect into this moat-like area of the swamp around Delkvir's isle and ruins. Now, it is a different set of creatures' turn, as Delkvir has just slammed Artomis to the ground. And Scylla, you hear these splashes, and you can feel the water moving about you. And I imagine you're like dipping in and out of the water, looking up over the surface, and between the darkness and whatnot, you look behind you. And I'm going to switch us to the new war map. It's quite large, so everybody's probably going to have to either zoom out or zoom in to identify where you are. You see, starting to emerge from various corners of the map are crocodiles moving in. You see them coming from the southwest, the southeast, the northeast, and the northwest, all beginning to move inwards to these splashing noises, the dead fish that have been killed, their blood let into the waters, drawn by the noise. That is their turn, emerging now where you can see them. It is Vlad's turn.
Okay. Is Vlad aware at all of the approaching creatures?
I would say yes. I would say his natural senses are enough to pick up on what's happening.
Okay. So Vlad is going to... I need to remind myself what he already used. He's already used his partial blink for the day, so that's not an option. But he is going to...
I just want to tell everybody here, too, because I didn't state it before. On this particular map, every square is 10 feet. Okay? It should be, at least.
Oh, good. All right, so he's going to fly his full complement of 60 feet back.
Back towards the isle
back
ruins.
To the island. Yeah, sorry, didn't specify. Yes, he is flying back to the island towards the ruins, to try to get eyes back on the situation. So he'll move 120 feet.
So he gets the backside of that ruined tower that kind of caps off this section of the isle.
Yeah. And he is going to remain there for the time being.
Okay. Something else goes. And then we are back up at the top of the order with Sephel. We need you to make another death saving throw. You have advantage being the reborn.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm going to roll one at a time. Okay, that's a pass.
Right.
And that's not a natural 20. So it was a it was a dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not how
you don't add anything.
It's just a 16. I know. I was like, it's a con save
already.
Yeah, I know. No, it's a 16.
Okay, so one success, one fail. It is now Starcaller's turn.
Oh yeah. So you're saying there's a chance?
Maybe.
That's a 5. Not exactly what we were looking for.
All right. It jumps to Vasana and Scylla. They are back to back. You're both in the river here, Sam, so I want us to talk in conjunction here. Visana can see the crocs too. And Visana looks at you and she goes, I have a handful of spells. Perhaps we can be of assistance to Starcaller and Sephel back on the Isle. Though I'm not quite sure what we have for means of escape. And now with these all encroaching in.
I would like to, can you tell me these trees, like, are these like honkin' trees? Or are these like, like how big are these trees?
They're good size. They are, this is deep water. So you would reckon that the dead one to the left of you is about 60 to 80 feet tall, 80 feet at its very top. The kind of like old mossy oak here to the right of you, that's about 100 feet tall.
Okay. I think Visana tells her all this about the spells, and she's like looking around. I do not think that we have the luxury of joining the combat. It pains me to say it. I think we need to hide and wait until dawn.
Are you sure?
I am not sure, but...
Very well. Which one should we swim for?
I imagine this is literally Scylla, like, looking around at all the options, and then she lands her eyes on this one to the west, like center of the map.
Okay.
On the west.
Oh,
You're
wow.
going to try to make a break there. Remember, each one of these small squares is 10 feet.
And then she says to Visana, I think we head for that one. And she points at it. And those, she points to the crocodiles in the southwest. We will take them out along the way. And then when we reach the tree, they will not be alive to follow us, and we hide there.
I'll follow your lead. All right, go ahead and move yourself then.
Okay. And this is not going to measure correctly, right? So I'm going half.
Yes.
Okay, I'm moving full dash, 30 feet.
All right, so you guys begin swimming to the northwest, hoping to kill off any crocodiles that come into contact with you. Okay. So we had that. These two. It is Delkvir's turn. And I'm going to switch back to the small map here as we can look at this a little bit closer. Sephel lies closest to the staircase where you guys initially emerged, and Starcaller lies closer to the middle. And Delkvir kind of shakes himself a little bit.
Now, what should I take of your treasures?
And he looks over the form of Artomis and sees Dawn's Edge, what is now just the handle, and goes,
You were something precious.
And you can see his form become slightly more corporeal as he picks up in his large claw Dawn's Edge, and then turns towards the form of Sephel, and then goes,
I did have a feeling I'd be having this staff.
And picks up Sephel's staff as well, and then begins to squeeze their now semi-corporeal form down the stairs into its old lair. But before he does, you see his ghostly head kind of peek through the wall and call out into the night and goes,
Woman of the deep, if you care for your friends' lives and the treasures I now have of yours, I suggest you return what is mine, and you can have their bodies. Or you can come and bow before me in servitude.
And then he retreats down into the lair below. And that is Delkvir's turn, taking Dawn's Edge and Sephel's staff. It is now the Croc's turn as we move to the war map once again. And I got quite a bit to move here. They move. The ones from the northeast begin moving downwards, closer towards the Isle. Making decent pace. They're curious, but they're not moving particularly fast, per se. Scylla and Vasana, you see this group beginning to kind of zero in on your splashing and are beginning to make decent headway towards you. Let's just quickly move these other ones, and there we go. Moving these ones kind of as units, the ones to the east and southeast. All right. That is their turn. The crocodiles, that is. It is now Vlad's turn once again. Vlad also heard Delkvir call out and say everything he just had. What is Vlad thinking and doing?
Vlad is... I guess what is, like... It's an interesting dynamic. How would Vlad feel in the presence of a older dragon?
Considering everything that's going on, I think he would be a mix of both infuriated.
Yeah.
Because he can see through the ruins now, both your body and Artomis is lying prone, blood coming from you both. And I think he's infuriated and a little frightened as well,
sure,
considering what has happened. And he was expecting to see a black dragon, not some kind of incorporeal ghost version of it.
Yeah.
So he's not really sure what to make of it.
Yeah, because it's like, I almost think of like the dragon hierarchy of like how typically an obsidian dragon would probably fall above even an ancient black dragon. But this is like,
if he was large enough.
Well, sure, but I'm wondering if there's like an instinctual, like it's the expectation versus what he got. It's like, oh, we're gonna go see a black dragon. Like that didn't mean much to him probably, and then seeing what there was and what's occurred because of it.
Yeah, in our previous episodes, Scylla had actually asked Vlad, and Vlad was like, yeah, I'm excited. I get to see another form of dragon kind, but this is absolutely not what he was expecting.
Yeah, okay, he's going to... So Delkvir has gone below. I think he's going to... How far away is it to get to Sephel? So it's 70 feet. Straight across. Because what I want him to do, if he dashes the full 120 that he has, I kind of want him to come in, sort of like sweep around the bottom here. Mm-hmm. That would be 120 to get there. Okay, he's going to get to Sephel.
Okay.
And
double move?
Yes. Yeah, he's going to double move to Sephel. See that, or try to sense... I guess he wouldn't be able to sense any signs of life. but he's gonna get ready to try to pick up Sephel and move him.
Okay. All right. What's Vlad's strength score again?
Vlad's strength. Let me find that real quick. Vlad has a strength of 19.
Okay. All right, then he will be fine to carry you. I don't know about being able to fly with you, simply because I'm thinking of like when we did the one shot and I played a Drake Warden.
Yep.
I technically couldn't fly with my Drake until it became large size. So he would be dragging you essentially.
Well, yeah, I think that mechanic is more for the can you comfortably ride it as a mount.
Sure, but
like he's not going to fly up in the sky with him. That's not. No.
Okay.
The most he would do is hover. Like pick him like an inch off the ground and move.
Okay. We'll debate on that in a minute.
Okay. Seems worthy.
All right. Scylla, go ahead and make me a perception check.
That is a 16.
Okay. You get this shiver that just comes over you, crawls up your spine as you feel this almost cold water pressure, like a pulse just push through into this area around you. And you begin to hear this like deep, watery whooshing sound, followed by very small movements. And you think that the River King is coming, and he's getting closer.
Can I triangulate that cold water pressure?
On your turn, you can.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if you could pick up on his movements. It is Sephel's turn. Let's have another death saving throw.
Okay, we're 1-1. Okay, so that's a pass. That's a 12.
Hey.
And that's a 4, so it's a pass.
Okay, 2 successes. Starcaller. Here we go.
Come on, buddy, turn it around.
$16.
Nice.
Success. 1 fail, 1 success. All right. It is Visana and Scylla's turn.
Okay, so Visana, the River King is on his way. I can feel it. And I will make that perception check. I want to know where he's coming from.
Okay.
Or is it perception? What is it?
Perception, yeah.
That is a 13.
Okay. He's so large that you can feel like the displacement of the water beginning to like kind of push you with this colder bits, and you realize that he is coming from the southwest, and he has now appeared on the map for everybody to see.
So good.
And I'll be honest, I'm not doing this because you're moving to the southwest. That is legitimately where I put his token when we began in the GM layer, and I was like, oh shit.
So make sure you kill that one on your way to the island.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She's going she's going to nod in that direction, and then she's going to grab Visana's arm. We must move in the other direction.
I fucked up.
Very well. Very well.
So that's gonna be, so now I'm thinking that if he's gone down into his lair, like, yeah, he's probably gonna pop up when I'm there with the money, the loot, the whatever it is. But I don't think he's gonna care if Visana's there. So, Visana, if you head to the island, I believe he is drawn to me. I will head around and stick to the waters.
All right. Wish me luck.
Oh, this was probably a bad idea.
And she begins moving towards the aisle. She's going to move 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And that is her turn. She is double moved. She is 40 feet from the edge of the island. All right. Whoo, doggy. It is
Splitting up is
Delphir's
such a bad
turn.
idea.
And let's see if he notices if Vlad has appeared again. Can you roll? Is Vlad's trying to be stealthy, by the way?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll a stealth check.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll an active perception check against it.
Makes sense.
Okay.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. I got a
9.
16.
I got a 9.
Oh no. Vlad also feels a cold shiver as the draconic ghostly head of Delphir begins to pop up through the stone, and then fully he comes back up. And did Vlad turn back into his humanoid form, or is he still in dragon form?
No, he's still in dragon form.
Delphir looks at him. I gotta make a roll. It's an important roll. Okay. And he looks at him and goes,
How fascinating. I did not realize they had a worm in their company. And a rare one you are. What are you doing with them, child?
and I will allow you, Brendan, to answer as Vlad.
If they are dead, I was going to bury them.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Aren't you curious if he's lying?
That's why I'm insight checking you.
He's not
I got
lying.
a 20. I got a 20. Okay, so he's not lying.
So Vlad cannot tell. Like, he doesn't have a way right now to tell if Sephel is alive or not. Sephel does not give off natural signs of life. I would assume he doesn't breathe. Like, he doesn't have warmth.
Yes. I was more insight checking Vlad's legitimate intentions to be like, yeah, I'm just going to go bury him. That's all.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. He goes,
It is no use for their corpses. Leave them for the flesh eaters. You should come and speak with me below. There's much we could talk of.
Will you kill me if I don't?
Possibly.
He's a real one. Old Dickbeard.
Can I do anything as
little one if you want.
Okay. Can I do anything as Vlad, or is this this is still the dragon's turn?
it's still his... oh, you mean like run or anything like that? No, it's still Delphir's turn.
Right. So the only thing
And
I can do is
will-
respond to him in this moment.
Yeah, and Delphir is going to end his turn. It is the crocodile's turn. So everybody is moving in a little bit farther. Of no serious threat at the moment to anybody, but for every minute that everybody's still near this aisle, it's getting a little more pressing. Well, apparently the ones that I had coming from the east were not showing up. My apologies. All right. Now it is Vlad's turn.
Vlad is going to... just looking at his stats here. Vlad is going...
Kill the dragon.
Yeah, I know. One-on-one. Establish dominance. Vlad is going to bow to Delkvir. He lowers his head and averts his gaze. You honor me with the chance, but I must process the day's events and find the best path for me as a dragon. I would take my leave if you allow it.
You may go. They stay.
Without meeting eye contact again, Vlad turns around and flies full speed back towards just over Sephel's body, out towards the west.
Okay. It is the River King's turn. Drawn by the blood and the movement of his peons, he ambles forward 10, 20, 30. He moves 80 feet forward, and he's almost out of this river and about into the moat proper. Sephel. Let's have them death saves.
Okay.
So we have 2 successes, 1 failure.
2 successes, 1 fail.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
First one is a 9.
Okay. Oh no.
6. That's a fail. That is a fail. We are at 2 and 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, it's a full count in the bottom of the ninth. That's a sports analogy.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
Fucking losers.
All right, Starcaller. It's your turn to roll a save.
All right. Come on.
Here we go.
11.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
2 successes, 1 fail. It is Vasana and Scylla's turn.
My mind.
Are you gonna go running in there? Are you getting froggy?
Am I getting froggy?
Yeah, you're getting a little froggy. You want to jump at this dragon?
Oh, I don't understand the reference. Or it's just like just in and run. Okay.
Vasana moves to the north and just begins creeping onto the aisle. She's going to make a stealth check. That is an 18 on the first one. She does have advantage. The second one is a 3. So she has made a 23 total stealth check.
Okay. Scylla's going to... I'm just going to keep on keeping on at this point.
Moving to the east.
I want to get... I'm getting closer to the island, but I really do want to focus on heading east.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's just a dash.
Okay.
I'm committed.
So you move a little bit closer to the aisle, but still kind of focusing to the east. Okay. I'm so sorry if this is not interesting to our listeners, but this is tense shit, and I love it.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Will.
I'm glad. It is Delkvir's turn. As good as Vasana's stealth check at 23 is, Delkvir has a passive perception of 24. That's not
This
a
bitch.
joke. That is off of the stat block. Passive perception, 24. So he just turns his ghostly form in the direction of where Vasana is, semi-hidden by this tree, and goes,
Another one returns. But not the one who carries my treasure. Do you think you can save them? Come join them.
and that's going to be Delkvir's turn. He just sits and waits, knowing that Vasana is on the isle. It's now the crocodile's turn.
I could hear him say that though, right? And she could too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So all the crocs to the southeast double move and are heading towards the owl. All the ones to the east double move, continuing to close in. The ones to the northwest, making good speed. Almost all the crocodiles, at least from the ones from the east and the northwest, are the closest to the island now. The 4 to the southwest move in. It is now Vlad's turn. Vlad would have also heard Delkvir say all this to whoever was appearing on the isle. I don't know that Vlad makes eye contact with Vasana unless you want to roll a check.
No, I guess he's just... So, the only other thing that Vlad is thinking... Like, he knows he's not going to go in there and get Sephel, but he doesn't want to totally leave the area. He knows that Delkvir is looking for Scylla. So I guess he's just sort of, like, keeping an eye on the area and, like, trying to suss out where she is. Because he went the complete opposite direction as her. So he's just sort of looking around.
Necessarily know that, but yeah, he knows she's somewhere.
Right. So he doesn't know where she is. So I guess he's just kind of looking around, seeing if he can find her.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. What is Vlad's perception? Not bad. A natural 20.
Now you're rolling.
Too bad.
Didn't need that anytime other than that.
For 24. I guess I'm glad that he can see well. I'm so happy for him.
Salty at all.
He manages to spot both Vasana and Scylla.
Okay. Is he intelligent? He's got to be. He's got to be smart enough to know that he is not out of Delkvir's perception. So if he goes straight to Scylla, he's gonna fly another 60 feet straight west. And then dash 60 feet to the south.
Okay. Now he's kind of making this large turn around the edges of the isle. All right. All right. It's now the River King's turn. He's moving 10, 20, 30, 40.
I have a question about the River King. Will,
Yes.
when we saw it the first time, and I think we were decently close.
Oh, yeah.
Did we note whether it had eyes, or is it going based off of like smell and sound?
It definitely has eyes. You would think what you learned from the goblins, though, that it has either a sense of smell that or something like that, that is just incredibly heightened, because it always seems to eventually appear where there is blood or large movement in the waters of the swamp.
Okay, got it.
Okay. The River King has double moved. Sephel, this could be the last one, man.
2 successes.
I would like to say these last 2 years have been an absolute pleasure. And hold on.
What's
That's
the first
a
one?
6.
What's the first one?
That's a 6.
Ah.
Hold on.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
And that's the end of Sephel's turn. So keep going, Will.
You can't not say.
No,
You
Will,
have
you're
to
gonna
say.
No, Will, you're gonna get a message.
I'm gonna get a message. You
Yeah.
keep
promise? Keep rolling.
Okay. Well, it is. You do gotta tell me, because it's pertinent to how the rest of this plays out.
Yep.
All right.
Keep going.
Interesting.
Keep going.
Okay. Starcaller. Let's see if this is going to be that third success, or are we going to be at a 50-50 shot of permadeath or life?
So I only got one of these dice. Really? That, my friends, is an 11. That is a success.
Oh,
I am still unconscious, but I am stable.
stable.
Good news. Artemis is stable. It is now Vasana and Scylla's turn. Sam, I am not going to dictate what Vasana does next, simply because I think this is too critical of a moment. I want you to tell me what you want her to do.
Okay.
I'll run you through some things that she has here. She's got 30 feet of regular movement. She's got 2 uses of Fey Step left, which can get her 30 feet. She is a spring version of an Eldrin, so she can touch one creature within 5 feet and move them 30. She has Cure Wounds. She has Healing Word. And she has Healing Spirit. Healing Spirit and Healing Word have a range of 60 feet. Okay? Those are just her healing spells and some of her more pertinent abilities.
Okay,
Is there
so
anything you would want her to do in this?
I need to Google Healing Spirit.
I can just tell you about it if you want.
Yeah, could be helpful.
All right. Healing Spirits. You call forth a nature of spirit to soothe the wounded. The intangible spirit appears in a space that is a 5-foot cube you can see within range. The range is 60 feet. Until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points to that creature, no action required. Spirit can't heal constructs or undead. The spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. After that number of times, the spirit disappears. On the bonus action of your turn, you can move the spirit up to 30 feet to a space you can see.
Okay. Golly. Oh, golly, Miss Molly. So... I'm so indecisive this entire episode. I think I just don't see the... I mean, no offense, Starcaller. I don't see the point in healing you.
Just gives you more ability to do some dumb stuff, so...
Yeah, and then you go back down, and then you make more death saves.
To play devil's advocate, though, if you put a healing spirit right next to him, say he pops up, gets his turn, goes down, unless he's one shot, he could keep bouncing back and forth with the healing spirit.
Yeah, the healing spirit, though, requires Asana to get pretty close. Or I guess they both do, maybe?
She can move 30 feet, so she's got 90 feet to... So if she covers 30 feet, she moves 10, 20, 30. She's got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet between her and Artomis to cast this healing spirit.
Okay. Where was she? Can you move her back? Sorry.
Yep. She was right there.
And is the healing spirit something that the dragon will see it and know it's there? But you can't destroy it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the only way it gets destroyed is if Asana goes unconscious or loses concentration. The spirit that summons looks like a transparent beast or fae.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's going to move 10, 20, 30, 40. 2 squares up. So she'll move 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then cast the healing spirit in the form of a small transparent beast. I would do like a small rat or something.
Okay. Let's see if I've got a rat. You know what? Just real fast here to keep the action going. I've got a cave badger. Is that cool?
Perfect.
It's just a big rat.
Yeah.
It's just a big,
beautiful,
more vicious, beautiful
people
rat.
don't know this, but they're very distant cousins.
That is only true in the most spiritual of senses.
It is a spirit healing.
Well, I may only be here in spirit, so.
Yeah, fair. So she's moved 20 feet. She's placed that down with a bonus action.
Yep. Healing Word also has a range of 60 feet, and she can cast it at 2nd level, giving it 2d4 plus 4 healing.
Got it. Maybe next turn, because that's her bonus action for the spirit.
Well, healing spirit is also a leveled spell, isn't it?
Yeah, like she can't do both. Is what I'm
healing
saying.
spirit is level 2. Yes, so she has
Yes.
1 more level 2, and she has 4 level 1s.
Right.
Okay. So that's her bonus action and some of her movement. She's 30 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Let's move her toward.
That tree.
No. I know what I want her to do. I want her because I changed my mind a little bit. But it's not something that I told her, so it feels like it's me and not her.
Just tell me, and I'll let you know with what I have.
In my
written up for
mind,
next story.
hiding on the island makes 0 sense with the River King coming. I think it makes more sense to hide in the water. And I cast water breathing on her less than 24 hours ago, so she still has that. So she can breathe underwater and hide in the water.
Okay, so you're thinking that she would want to retreat towards the water now that she's cast Healing Spirit to try and hide from Delkvir?
Yeah, like I'm wondering if like okay, no. Can she see Vlad? He's in
Let's
the
make
air,
a
right?
perception check. Yep, he's flying. That is a 16. So I would say yes, she can see Vlad.
Okay, then she's just gonna head in the direction of Vlad and she's going for the tree.
Okay, so she moves.
Because I don't want her. It's like this whole thing of like, do I hide? Do I help? Do I wait? Do I not? Like, that's the problem. Like, I want her to be within healing range, but also be hidden. And I suppose the tree right now is that. So.
Okay. What are you as Scylla doing now?
Bruh.
She just printed us a novel, and I'm asking her to write a second one.
Yes.
We all want the sequel.
Scylla's in the water. She knows that the creature knows Visana is there. She also knows the River King is coming. I think her concern right now, based on the information about the River King... Yeah, she's moving in the same direction she was. 5, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Actually, let's see. 60. She's still moving east.
Okay, moving east through the water. Well, it's Delkvir's turn, who can see Visana trying to run along the almost edge of this aisle and sees this spirit appear and goes,
So you've decided to join the fray.
need to roll for his breath weapon. Okay. He has got flying 80 feet worth of movement. And he is going to move 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Moves 80 feet, so he is now 20 feet away from Visana. And he just kind of did this lunging kind of swoop down towards her and goes,
Where will you hide? Or will you try to turn your blade upon me? It matters not.
And that is his turn. It's the crocodile's turn now. The ones to the northwest move 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and are coming very close to the edge of the aisle. The ones to the east, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, are about 40 feet away from the aisle. The ones to the southeast, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Good pace, coming a little bit closer to where Scylla is. The ones to the southwest, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, move 60 feet. It is Vlad's turn.
Okay. Vlad sees Delkvir swooping down on Visana. And feels so cruel when I lay it out this way. And does nothing about it. And just dashes.
He hardly knows her.
To the southeast.
Okay. All right, moves to the southeast, kind of getting closer to where Scylla is. All right, it's the River King turn. The River King can tell where his crocs are, but also can tell where the most movement in the water is otherwise. And so he begins moving in the direction of the most commotion in the water, which is Scylla. But he's very, very large, so he's not making incredible movement. But he is making good strides. All right. Sephel, we don't know their fate. Starcaller, you heal 1d6 hit points.
Oh boy.
You get 6 hit points back.
Woohoo! Alright, am I conscious with actions to use?
It's the start
Yes,
of your
you
turn.
Oh baby. Alright, interesting. Alright, I am going to start my turn by standing up.
Okay.
And I'm just, I guess he takes a look at the little rat spirit. Oh. Looks out at like Delkvir and Visana. That's less than good. Then he sees Sephel. What does he see over there with his living friend.
Make a perception check, and I guess Brendan will have to tell us. Though he looks pretty much like a corpse.
Yeah, well, that's a natural 1, so he looks like he's down.
He looks... Sephel looks dead.
Kind of looks like a corpse.
Yeah, you think he's definitely dead.
Don't you got anything good in those pockets? Probably not.
Which dead stuff. Dead man.
Oh, but I don't see Dawn's Edge, do I?
Nope.
Okay. So Starcaller's intelligence is a 6.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
I think it's a reasonable assumption that Delkfleur took the thing and took it back to his horde, but I don't know that Starcaller could make that leap on his own.
I mean, I feel like that's wisdom.
Is there a check that I could make so the dice could take this out of my hands?
I don't know that this is wisdom per se, but
if it's gotta be int, baby, it's gotta be int. But
You could just have him make just a straight int check.
yeah, that's
with
what
a
I'm
negative
thinking.
modifier.
you wanna flip a coin wheel?
That's really how it's going to turn out.
That actually, actually, that's not fair to the game because the coin flip has a better chance of succeeding.
I was
than
going to say
Artomis.
you
Here's
have
what I'll
better
do.
odds.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll do. It's either a straight in check, or if you have a point of inspiration, I'll make it a 50-50.
Yeah, I ain't got that, so I guess we're gonna be rolling this -2, baby.
Okay.
That's a 12 minus 2. That's a 10.
You're not entirely certain, but you do notice Sephel's staff is missing as well.
All right,
And I didn't move them.
yeah, that's what they all say. All right,
Runs over to Sephel, starts kicking his body. Where'd you put her?
This was just a long-winded ploy to steal all of the party's artifacts.
Yeah, Delkfear is
Yeah,
actually
right.
a phantasmal spirit.
Sekarak isn't my only dragon friend.
Yes. All right. So what Starcaller is going to do is he doesn't have quite enough movement to do it, so he'll dash and get himself over by Sephel.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna double check my inventory. I don't have. Oh no, I have a regular healing potion. I used all my graders.
Now, here's the question. Because you've got a nat 1 on your perception check.
True.
He is undead. You believe that he's dead. So is this an act of desperation for Starcaller to put a potion in his mouth, or are you taking it for yourself?
My good friend, you misunderstand. I want this for me.
Okay, great. Good. Good. You know what?
No, I
Please
just wanted to
proceed.
stand-
Don't listen to me.
Stand over the corpse while you chug one.
We also know that he's dead all the time.
Yeah.
So this, you know what I mean? Like, what else? This is what I would try too if he's always dead.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we
Throw
get to that
holy
far.
water on him.
That's 8.
Oh God!
That's 8 points for your boy.
Okay.
Your boy's me, not him. And I'm hoping that I am still like a little bit under like by the wall here. Then my am I more or less in cover?
You're
or am
hidden.
I like out? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, roll me a stealth check against Delkvir's passive perception, which is a 24.
That's very good. That Delkfear knows I moved.
Okay.
Yeah, that
you hear
is
some
not
scuffling
very good.
from behind. All right. Is that your full turn?
Yep. Action, movement, and bonus action. That's all we got, skis.
Okay. Sam, it's Vasana's turn here. She's got a bonus action where she can move her healing spirit. I want you to tell me general terms. Do you want her to help Starcaller? Do you want her to attack Delphier? Or do you want her to run? Or do you want her to do a combination of those things?
I want her to move the healing spirit closer to Sephel.
Okay.
That's a bonus action, which I know could have been spent on movement.
Not a bonus action couldn't have been. Oh, well, her phase step. Yes.
Yeah. And I think this is a full movement trying to take the dragon away from Sephel and Starcaller. And then an action to dodge.
Okay. So then she's going to retreat 10, 20, 30 feet away, the farthest away from Artomis and Sephel to the southwest. And she is screaming at Delphier. She's like, "You great, overblown, ghostly bastard! You've got nothing, and you will always be nothing from henceforth. I hope the astral plane swallows you up, you ghostly fuck!" And she's like just reaching for whatever she can, but she's trying to get his attention. Let's see, she's gonna try and roll an intimidation check. That's an 18. Let's see if Delphier takes the bait. He does take the bait. He hates being insulted.
That is that one the hard way.
You did. It is Scylla's turn now.
Okay. In a shocking turn of events, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing.
Okay. Keep moving away. It is Delkvir's turn, and he is going to close on Vasana 10, 20, 30 feet. He is going to take a bite.
I have disadvantage because she's dodging.
That's right. You did have her take the dodge action. It's good because the first one was a 23, which would have totally hit. Second one, what's his plus? I rolled a 6 for a total of a 17. Her AC is 17. All right. So she's going to take yikes. I need more die. I forgot how much damage he does, and it's only been a little bit since we did this. All right. Oof. Okay. All right, not the worst. She takes 18 points of cold damage, and her speed is halved on her next turn. All right. She needs to roll a concentration check. So remind me, my dear friends that are better at this, what do I have to beat?
Just a 10.
10.
17 on the die. All right, so she remains concentrating. Here comes his claw. First claw. It's a 24 to hit. So she is going to take max damage. She takes 21 points of necrotic damage. Oh, wait. I gotta roll again. That's a miss. I forgot she took the dodge action.
Dodge.
That's a natural 2 on the die.
Dodge, completely
So-
underrated action.
Really?
Yep.
Really, truly.
Third one. That is another hit. I rolled a 14 and a 9. So it's definitely a hit. And that is not max damage this time. That is 13 points of necrotic damage. Masana's looking a little rough. She's not dead. She's not bloodied, but she's looking rough. I need to roll another concentration check. Another 17. She's all right. Okay. The Crocs. The Crocs from the northwest, the first line of them, has made it onto the aisle, moving 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet forward. And they can see the commotion of Visana running around, so they begin moving towards her. They are moving in towards the noises that Scylla is making. Okay. The Crocs from the east are moving up on the aisle as well. They hear some splashing to the south. Okay, and that's the Crocs' turn. Everybody has, the ones from the south are beginning to move towards Scylla, same as the River King due to her movements in the water. The ones to the east and to the northwest have begun moving, closing in on the aisle, to which Delkvir can now see them and is becoming more outraged. He goes,
You pathetic scum, you insolent beasts, how dare you come here again?
It is Vlad's turn.
Vlad is just going to keep dashing in the direction of Scylla. Actually, how far is it towards, like at least 2 full movements. So yeah, he's going to move directly east.
Okay.
A full
120 feet.
120 feet.
All right, so he's closing in on Scylla. Does he try to say anything to her,
No.
call down to her or anything? No.
Absolutely
Just keeping
not.
quiet. All right, it is the River King's turn. And he moves a good distance. You can feel Scylla, like that kind of wave. It's like that, the parts in the Godzilla movies where you can see the surface of the water beginning to build and crest off of his back. He's starting to rise up more. And then the last thing we see is his incredibly large maw opens and just spewing forth becomes this large wave of leeches that sink into the water, and you can hear them just flickering through and beginning to chase towards you, Scylla. Starcaller, you heal 3 more hit points.
Right.
What are you doing?
All right. That's when I'm going to take a step to the west, stepping out from the ruins onto the open island. You can see the Crocs kind of coming up from the water, and I see Delkvir kind of leering down at now what I assume to be a fairly bloodied Visana. Is that about?
She's definitely hurt, but she took no damage before. So, but she's looking a little hurt.
Delkvir, leave her be.
You return to the land of the living.
And then he snaps his head back towards Visana and goes,
Filthy witch.
and then he turns his mask towards you, Artomis.
I'll make sure you die this time.
Well, if you're promising. And he's gonna... So, I have to Can I cast my warlock spells without Dawn's Edge?
I'm going to say she's within close enough distance that, yes, you can cast your spells.
Cool. Then I'm going to look at good old Delkvir here, and with like a radiance that is not truly his own, his eyes will glow, and he's going to pull out just the broken short sword that he's shorn with Dawn's Edge and point it out at Delkvir, and I'm going to launch 2 Eldritch Blasts at him.
Nice.
And that is a pretty good number.
Pretty good number,
It's
bro.
a pretty good number. It's a dirty 20.
That's a hit.
It's 12 points of force damage. And Grasp of Hadar, he has moved 10 feet closer to me.
Okay.
Visana, go. This is no place for dying. Not for you. You have much Much left to experience. And he's going to go again.
Okay.
That one is only a 16.
It's enough to hit him.
All right. And that is a further 11 points of force damage.
Okay. Does he move again?
Yeah, I'll have him move. So he moved 10 feet out. He'll move his additional 20 feet out. I almost like envision him like kind of pushing off against the wall and kind of like staggering towards Delkvir, but just in the open ground, kind of Crocs on one side, Delkvir on the other. This ruined like tower with his dead friend in it behind him.
Does Delkvir get pulled again?
Unfortunately, no. I can only do it once per turn.
So you step forward, you announce your presence, you launch two Eldritch Blasts at Delkvir, and Delkvir turns to you after you've just pulled his ghostly form forward and goes,
Fine. I will finish you myself.
and that's where we'll leave it this time.
Hey everyone, welcome to the end of the episode. 2 quick announcements for you. You've already heard us say it 100 times. We have a Discord. What are you waiting for? Get in here. We have so many amazing like-minded DMs in there. A lot of players as well, people new to D&D. Some people have been in there a long time, and everyone's just having a nice time sharing tips, tricks, talking about one-shots, talking about Curse of Strahd, talking about Out of the Abyss, all the things. So definitely think about joining us. You can find the link to join our Discord at linktree.com/themadnesstable. You can also find our other social media links there, including our TikTok. And boy howdy, Andrew Walker has been killing it on TikTok, posting the most random mad memes you had ever seen. So definitely consider following us there as well. Lastly, if you've made it this far, consider leaving us a 5-star review in whatever podcatcher you're currently listening. 5-star reviews are instrumental in pushing us up the charts and getting us in new listeners, which is really what we're looking for to get the name out there. So consider doing that for us. We would be forever in your debt. But that's all for now. And we will see you in the next episode when...